Good evening. Welcome to my show live here on youtube.com/Edward Fowler. And we've got a great guest for you who is waiting in the Zoom waiting room. I will bring in this shortly. But before we get going, it's great to be back live here on YouTube for the first time in over a month. I was meant to be live here on Thursday, but due to some technical issues with Streamlabs, which is out of my control, I couldn't actually be live for once. So that was quite interesting. But back live tonight, and without further ado, we are going to now bring in my guest, who is waiting in the rings, as we'll bring him in right now. This should work. So we're now officially bringing in the guest of the night or afternoon, depending where you want to look at it. Please welcome Isaiah Moore, the Human Highlight. Welcome to my show. No, you're welcome. I'm glad you made it because as you said, you're off this weekend, and I appreciate you for coming on the show on your free weekend.
Yeah, no problem. I figured why not? I love to talk wrestling anyway, so got some free time.
Yes. I know it's been a while to try and get you on this show, so I must appreciate it for you because you're a very busy guy in and around the Indiana and Chicago area, aren't you? And, how is everything where you are this week?
Everything's been pretty good. I've got some exciting things coming up. I've been in talks with promoters, a lot of positive things going on lately. So, in a good space right now. Everything's going really well.
That's good. That's good to hear. I'm glad things are going well for you, and I hope it carries on. Because you're a great athlete and you got a lot of skills, but there'll be a lot of people watching this who might be booing at their screens because you're quite a leader of some sorts, aren't you? With your gang you got going with Mackenzie Black and Nate Kobain and Devon Fly, of course. Interesting group you got there. How long have you been planning and plotting for this to happen?
It's been about a year. I started training Nate and Devin around a year or so ago, and they've come such a long way. Mackenzie's been with me for a while. She originally started training with my trainers, and she just kind of hopped on the road, and we've been riding together ever since. And then Nate and Devin came along, and these two kids just get it. They learn so fast. They pick up on everything, and they're so hungry. You know what I mean? So it was already in the start of my mind then to have a group eventually when they were ring ready and ready to go.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I agree with you there. And of course, I have to say though, of course, Kenzie Black has been with you for a few years, but I mean, I had to say Devon Fly as well. He's been with you for a few years as well before this Nate
Yeah,
Cobain guy appeared out of nowhere, getting choke slammed left, right, and center by many different people. Before you plotted this whole thing where you kind of manipulated them to help you to win I would say a major championship in a certain promotion. How long do you think that will last before they will see the key reason and turn on you?
I don't see them really turning on me. I don't. I mean, we've got a pretty tight bond, and in a sense, at least two of them, I brought them in, so I don't see them thinking that they would challenge me in that sense. I think we got a tight bond. That's not even a question in my mind.
Okay, well, we will see about 6 months' time if you still hold that thought. Okay, but I mean, you must have promised them something in return to help you out. You must have promised them something in like like a championship opportunity against yourself or against the tag teams of some other promotions. And what's in it for them?
Success. They get to travel all over, be with me. They get to see what it's like, literally living and being the human highlight. So I think that's pretty awesome to do.
Okay.
And on top of that, they go around and they've won gold themselves in companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been tag team champions, Devon Fly and Nate Kobain. Kenzie, she's been women's champion. She's won titles all over. You know, she's a hell of an athlete as well. So it's not always just about me. Like, believe me, yeah. Do I have some tricks up my sleeves and do I know what I'm doing a little bit? Yeah, but there's definitely some benefits for it.
Okay, well, again, we will see more about that in the weeks and months to come because I believe, I could be wrong, but you got a busy month in August, haven't you?
I do have a busy month in August.
Where will you be? Where will you be in August? What are some of the key places that good people can come out and boo or cheer you at, depending which promotion you are being kind on?
Next weekend, on August 6th, you can catch me at the Century Center in South Bend for EHF. I'll be taking on top-notch Jason Hotch. Looking forward to that one. I'll also be at Legacy Pro Wrestling. I'll be at Squared Circle Megastars, a lot of the Wisconsin and Chicago areas. Three Rings of Doom is in Bourbon, 28th. There's got a lot of talk around that, especially with Mr. Ramsey and BD Smooth, which everybody seems to think BD Smooth's going to win, but I'm going to roll with Mr. Ramsey there.
Oh, really? Okay. I get you there. Of course, you got to go with the guy who's paying you to come in, I guess, for that event.
Say all that, like, I mean, yeah, does the dude sign my check? Cool. But Mr. Ramsey, you know what I'm saying? BD's great. He's been all over the place and he's made a name for himself as well. But I got to take experience over that one, and Mr. Ramsey's where it's at.
He's like in his 60s. He should retire. Enjoy life outside the ring. Retire. Let you and BD Smooth and all the youngsters, have the limelight.
Ric Flair's getting ready to have his last match at 70-plus years old, and you're telling me that just because he's a little older, he's not going to put on a show?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, he's way past his prime. He should look after his body. He might break something because he's old. He should just sit back, relax, enjoy the show like the rest of us. And let the real professionals around your age, who are still in their prime, handle the business instead. That's what I think.
Well, you got your opinion and I got mine. I think it's going with Mr. Ramsey on this one.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. Come, when is it? August the what?
28th.
The 28th, yeah. Come out on August 28th. You'll see that BD Smooth will kick his ass and send him back into retirement where he belongs because he's out of touch. The people don't want to see a 70-year-old man, getting beat up in the middle of the ring in a steel cage or whatever it might be.
But you're going to watch it.
Yeah.
You're going to watch it.
It's going to be fun watching him, get beat up and maybe break something. Yeah, it'd be quite good, yeah. He deserves what's coming to him. What comes around goes around, as people say.
You say so.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But let's focus on you. I want to know, where on earth did this nickname come from? The Human Highlight. How did that come to be a part of you?
So growing up, I was a big basketball fan. Okay. I used to watch basketball all the time growing up, and I played it through school, high school, all that. And Daryl, the Human Highlight reel, Daryl Dawkins. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
I took off the reel, but the Human Highlight to me that it just stood out, and it feels me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always felt like I was born to be a wrestler. I was born for that spotlight. There's nothing in this world I'd rather do. I love connecting people. I love, whether you hate me or you love me. You know what I mean? You feel something when I'm out there, and that's part of the Human Highlight. So that's where it came from, though. Just watching basketball with my dad, and it just clicked one day.
Yeah. Why not? It's good. It's a good name for you as well, and you're doing some great things, and in the big leagues. Because when I first joined Twitter, you can tell the person who runs this certain Twitter account because I think it's relevant to this conversation. So when I first joined Twitter in January 2014 and started tweeting out bizarre things, I was getting followed from peculiar people who I don't have a clue how they figure out my profile. They're a big leaguer, unlike yourself. And a company called AEW, I'm sure you know who they are because you performed for them many times. They started following me. So I thought I'd just follow these random people back. No idea why they came across my profile. I don't live over there. But anyway, I appreciate them. But then all of a sudden, one year, I was going through my following list to see who follows me, and I found out that they unfollowed me. So I unfollowed them back. So because I'm all about follower for follower, type thing. So I don't know why they unfollowed me. Maybe they thought I left Twitter when I never did. But it's their own fault, I guess. They just lost a great person on their Twitter account. Any response?
Yeah, how Twitter works, man. You can make so many crazy connections, and that's awesome that AEW followed you, man.
Yeah.
You never know watching you.
Yeah, for a certain time, and then they decide to unfollow me for some reason. I don't know why, but it'd be great they decide to follow me back because they're in the big leagues. They got so many, like 20,000 followers or something like that, maybe even more now since I last checked. But you performed for them many times, and you performed for AEW as well. I mean, you for AEW Dark a few times, I've been told. How did all that start for you? Getting opportunities in AEW and then AEW as well?
Just word of mouth, man. So funny that you bring up AEW. Big
why not?
Because he's given me a chance to grow and find myself as well there. But just word of mouth and like social media. They seen some stuff that I was doing on AEW, and I was fortunate enough to get contacted and be able to go perform for them. And what a blessing it has been.
Yeah, no, it is. And will we see you back performing on AEW anytime soon? And especially, can we see you ever debuting on one of their TV shows?
I can't necessarily say, but always keep your eyes open because you never know when I'll appear there. So,
when was the last time you appeared for him? I'm just interested to know.
The last time it was around November last year.
Okay, not too bad, but they are heading back to Chicago soon, so perhaps
they are. They're heading. They'll be in Grand next Friday as well, so you never know.
Yeah, you never know. And heading back there for the week of All Out as well. So perhaps you might show up there, maybe.
Absolutely. You never know.
You never know indeed. That's right. So talk to us about why people should know you. Why should people care to know you, to my viewers here?
In my personal opinion, it's because I'm one of the best athletes out there right now. I'm one of the best wrestlers out there, one of the best entertainers. I'm going to make you feel something when you're out there. I'm going to make you believe, and then there's a lot of people that will claim that wrestling is fake or whatever. I just come watch.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you'll feel something different. Something's going to hit different because when I walk through the curtain, I promise you there's nothing like it. The cameras start flashing, the film starts rolling. It's literally, you feel the human highlight. You live it from the way that I walk, from the way that I talk, from everything. My presence, I am the human highlight.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and that's a good statement to make to show people that you should care about you and to check you out. If you've ever heard of Isaiah Moore before today, so you should check him out. He's on YouTube, he's on the Facebook, he's on the Twitter, he's on the Instagram. All those links will be posted right here in a few moments. Are you also on TikTok as well, or are you on people do not do TikTok?
TikTok, I'm in the process of changing my handle name on there, but should be under the human highlight as well still.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then. But when you mentioned that, I think, oh, okay, maybe it's a private account at the moment, but I'm glad it's called the human highlights. Keep it all simple, I guess.
Name, everybody's got to know the name.
Yeah, no, it's good promotion. We'll plug that as well. I have to say as well, when you used to come out to the ring when you were a good guy, you used to very loudly say, "Let's go," to the crowd to get there behind you. Did you ever lose your voice afterwards after all the shouting you used to do?
So yeah, now when I go through the curtain, I yell "Showtime," and there's been quite a few times where I've yelled and you get that little crack in your voice and then it's gone for the entire night, and I'm trying to yell and talk, and some kids running his mouth at me, and I'm, hey kid, and I can't even yell at the kid because my voice is just gone.
So, I mean, how do you kind of warm up your voice, prepare your voice when you go out to a room where you don't actually lose your voice in the end? And have you done any voice practices? Have you took any inspiration from anybody?
Not necessarily. I just I try. I get crap from the kids that I ride with all the time
Who?
because I drink water. And but and I love cold water as well, don't get me wrong, but room temperature water, I always do that because warmer, you know what I'm saying, if it's warmer on your vocal cords, it won't be as bad. If you're cold, then you're shocking them. So and that's just little stuff I pick up watching TikTok.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good tool, I guess.
Yeah, just stuff like that. I mean, it helps me, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah, no, if it's helping you, that's the main thing. We want you to hear what you're saying, and of course, the people after, when you go through the curtain, obviously people want to know what you're wanting to say and such, and you have to whisper because you lost your voice. It's not very good, is it? But I lost my voice. Well, almost. I've never actually lost my voice. Oh no, sorry, I tell a lie. I've lost my voice once, and that was because I didn't do no shouting or anything. It just happened. It just happened overnight. So just one night it was croaky. The next morning it was completely gone. But luckily that's never happened while I've been doing on this show. Let me look. I've had a croaky voice on the show, but I never actually completely lost it where I had to whisper the whole thing. But yeah, I have to say as well, you mentioned about a moment ago about when you're drinking water in the car. Who's giving you all the heckle?
It's normally Nate. He's always giving me crap about who drinks warm. Yeah. When I was riding with Theo Storm, he used to give me crap about it too, like room temperature water. Like, yeah, man. I like to be able to drink my water without. I don't know. I guess it's weird to some people, but I guess it's normal to me.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. But I mean, you're obviously way more experienced than both those guys you've mentioned, and they should be taking tips from you instead of give you make you embarrassed for taking room temperature water.
I guess.
Yeah, you should maybe kick their asses. Maybe have a open challenge, or something like that. Just kick their asses, just to show who's boss. And then at the end, you just pour the room water temperature onto them. There you go. That'll show them, and then that hopefully will shut their mouths, and then they will never bring it up again, I guess.
There you go. Make them shut up.
Yeah. Speaking about opponents, who are some of your dream opponents you want to face?
At the top of my list right now, just because I've heard it since I literally started wrestling, is Myron Reed.
Really? Okay. I can see why.
Yeah, he's a guy in the business I've looked up to. I met him when I first started and had conversations with him, and he's always been a genuine guy to me. He's even made my highlight tapes, which is pretty awesome at that. But he's definitely at the top of the list. I do get another dream match. I actually coming up. I get to work with Jake Something. I'm excited for that. That'll be at PWK on 9/3.
Yeah, he was on AEW recently, wasn't he, Jake Something? Because I was watching some of AEW Dynamite, and I can't remember who it was who came out, but he mentioned on the lower third that he beat Jake Something on a recent episode of one of the YouTube ones. So yeah, that should be an epic encounter for you.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. As well, I'd like to have a match with Ace Austin or Ace Perry.
Yes.
Those two guys, athletic, they're phenomenal.
They are, and I hope you're gonna face Ace Austin because I hope he slaps the taste out of your mouth. Because I've had him on my show, and he wanted to slap the taste out of Brian Pillman Jr. And guess what? Brian Pillman Jr. was too scared to come on this show to give an answer back.
Oh wow, isn't that some stuff? Well, I tell you what.
Yeah.
You ever get to talk to Ace again, you tell him that he can try that with me, and we can see how that goes.
I would love to. I would love to see that because I think that'd be a great match. Not because of that, but just saying generally, you two got some great skills, and I'm sure you two will throw it around the ring and see who is the best man. I'll be rooting for obviously Ace Austin to win, due to my relationship with him because he wanted to do something on my behalf with I support. So I've been a great fan of his. But yeah, he's doing great work, and hopefully be a matter of time before you might be able to invade his company, and slap him around perhaps to make an impact. If you get me.
Never. I can see what you did there.
Yeah, you like that? You like that one? But no, they are some great opponents you want to face. I'm sure Devon or Nate might be a bit upset you didn't mention them in that clue. Or maybe not. They might be happy because they might be scared of you.
I've wrestled them many of times.
Oh, no, you have.
Yes, we've had some triple threats.
Yep.
I've had some singles, both of them. They both put up great fights, but the end of the night, you know who's gonna win.
Yeah, and you did. You won the triple threat. You won the singles. They just can't beat you. They're not good enough to be on your level just yet. They got ways to go.
Time, and they might get there.
Yeah.
But always looking for the next opponent and the best out of them because I want to compete with the best. You know what I'm saying? I want to test my skills against the best around the world, and whoever's out there that wants to do this, and let's do it.
Speaking about the best around, is there anybody who you've not had the opportunity to face who you really want to get your hands on, who's on any of the rosters you're involved in, you've not had the chance to work with yet? Or have you pretty much faced everybody in the areas you work in?
There's a few guys that are still on my list. One of them right now is Jack Price.
Okay.
I would absolutely love to have him. There's a few guys that I have got to mix it up with that are phenomenal. Obviously, Jason Hotch, Karam, that's a man amongst men. He and I went to war a few times. But there's quite a few people, but those guys right now are the ones that I've been able to work with or want to.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Be good to see that. And you're speaking about all these great opportunities. Where do you think you will see yourself in 5 years from now, maybe?
5 years from now, hopefully.
Where do you think you will be when you're in 5 years' time?
Hopefully at the top, where I feel I belong. You know what I mean? I've put in the work for quite a while now, and fortunate to get some. So just looking to, I got a foot in the door, looking to kick it wide open and make something of it. So in 5 years, looking to make Isaiah Moore a household name. Yeah,
no, it'd be good to see that, and I'm hoping that you would take offers from any company, any big company, including the WWE, because of course now it's a fresh start over there.
Absolutely, that's very exciting.
Yeah, most definitely is. I can't disagree with you there. But I mean, it'd be great to see what happens. To see what happens in the next year or so with you, and you got as you mentioned before, the 3 Rings of Doom coming up on August 28th. That's going to be a massive show. You got Congo Kong, who I'm sure you've had many encounters with over the past number of years as well. What is Congo Kong like to speak with and just be around his presence at a show? And as well, has he give you any advice or any suggestions as well?
To make it believable. There's one thing that I have taken away from Kong and just watching him with his students and how he teaches and things like that is make wrestling, believable. Make sure that that the fans are really, because wrestling is an art, and our job is to suspend people's disbelief and make sure that they're able to believe in what we do. And to be able to give everything that you got, because if you're not out here giving 110%, then you shouldn't be here. And a lot of people will get upset by this line, but you can't play wrestler. And that is one of the biggest things that I feel like separates a lot of guys. Is a lot of guys want to dress up and play the character or pretend to be a wrestler, and that's not what we do. If you want to be a wrestler, you take this seriously, and you take this business seriously. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've been able to take from Kong, and watching how he presents himself, and how he teaches his students as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. Great to see that. And I know you got some students. How many students do you have? Do you just have those three, or do you have others as well?
Just those three.
Just those three. So what are you expecting then from Kenzie Blackland by the end of this year? What are you expecting out of her?
I'm expecting her to keep on the path that she's going. She has been making some ground lately. She's had a few matches. I believe there's another Kenzie that she wrestled at OFE. I'm not sure of her last name, but that was a very great match. She's had some matches with Sierra lately, and she's been improving, and I expect to see her in some bigger places, and continuing the path that she's on of success.
Yeah, because recently, as what you said, she was teaming up with what's his name now? I can't remember his name now. I had it for a moment, and it slipped out of my mind. But I think it was Brutus Atwell, was it? I think it was. Oh.
He's the Swamp Man, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, so she was teaming with him on one show, and then either that same show or the show after, she then came out to help you. And of course, that poor guy, I'm glad you kind of knocked him out, because he was just a yelling guy. You know, he was absolutely. If I was where you were in that main event against Taylor, I would have just punched that guy out cold. So you know who I'm talking about, because all he was doing all that event was just shouting. All you could hear was him and not the wrestlers. So I was quite happy when he got knocked out.
Unlike that, they try to take away from it, but you just gotta let them do it. You know, if they paid their hard-earned money to come see us, they're allowed to be as loud as they want. You know? Yeah.
Well, I was actually thinking about the official in your contest when all this interference happened. I was quite happy when he got taken out, because he was just enforcing the rules a bit too much, I thought.
Yeah, probably so. I wish
whoever he is.
Fight, but do I know who he is?
No, I said whoever he is. I was just saying, whoever he was, he got what he got because he just was too obnoxious, wasn't he? Don't you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you agree with me. But I mean, on August 28th, not October 28th, August 28th, what can we expect from you then?
I will be teaming up with Theo Storm to take on Nate Kobain and Devon Fly, Twist and Flip, and I believe the Bang Bros. So you can expect some high-flying tag team action. You can expect a really great competitive match. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, and I believe when the stream comes out, when the show comes out, I believe one of the broadcasters is going to be Ringside Wrestling Worldwide. I saw a post saying that they're going to be streaming the event on the Tristar TV, so maybe we'll get the annoying commentary from myself and Charlie Goldberg, I guess, maybe. I don't know if you've heard my commentary or not, but or even his commentary, but if you have, what's been your thoughts?
Could you say that one more time, please?
I said, I don't know if you heard my commentary or or Charlie Goldberg's commentary from any of the recent shows you've seen recently on the YouTube or wherever, but if you have, what are your thoughts? So have you enjoyed it or have you not enjoyed it?
I do enjoy it. I think you two mesh very well together. Very unique. You definitely bring something unique to the table. I like
do it. Do you think I bring something unique to the table, like good old Pat McAfee on SmackDown?
Pat McAfee is one of a kind, man. That guy is amazing. But you definitely bring your own flair to it, and I love your energy, man. You're great at what you do.
Oh, thank you very much, and I like what you're doing as well. We got to say that, even though I've been trash talking to you a few questions ago, but either way, it's still all fair and square. You're a good guy, and hopefully this side of you doesn't last too long, and hopefully you're back on the correct path where you were a year ago.
We'll see how things go, huh?
We will, but you have to, cut loose the, what they call flip and what?
Twist and flip.
Twist and flip. Yeah, I love the name. I don't know if you called him that. I don't know how they got that name, but yeah, every time I hear of it, I'm gonna laugh because it's so unique. It's not because it's rubbish. It's because it's something different, and it just gets over. It comes, water to the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure, man. They came up with the name on their own. Sometimes it just comes to you. It did, and it seems to fit them.
Yeah, no, it does. Definitely does. I can't disagree with that, and I don't know. I don't know if they'll like me keep mentioning him on this show, so apologies. You get a lot of plugs on this show, more than Isaiah is. But anyway, speaking about Isaiah, we must mention his social medias. It is on your screen. Well, we're on your screen now. Of course, when I tested this earlier, it came up correct. But now, when I do this live, obviously, it brings up a different image. So, so ignore that. Okay, let's ignore that one. So, imagine it see that. Okay, good. You should have saw this. Again, stuff happens on the show. But you should see now the correct lower third on your screen, Isaiah Moore there. So you're on the Facebook, of course, and you Isaiah Moore HH. Then you're on Twitter. It's a bit different on Twitter for you. It's like H Isaiah _ Moore with a H at the end. And then, of course, Instagram, the human highlight.
Yes, sir. That is me. Give me a like and a follow. Maybe I'll follow you back if you're cool.
There you go. But you don't really post though on the Facebook, do you? I seen your last post you shared there was back in February. Where have you been for the past 6 months? Is it now? Maybe a bit more.
It's been a balancing out thing on social media because I made the page a long time ago and switched it over, and then I made a personal for myself and kids, etc. And then I have my normal Isaiah Moore one, which you can add, and that's 9 times out of 10 where I'm posting and more active, I should say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I do need to be more active on the actual fan page, so that's my apologies. I will get that.
Yeah, no, it's good, Dad. And I was just curious because when I tagged the page yesterday to say it was me who was tagging the page on the Facebook, I saw you haven't posted since the 11th of February, I think it was when I saw that. So that's just thought to ask you that question.
Yeah.
Are you also on YouTube? I mentioned your YouTube channel. You have a YouTube channel. What's it called?
That's just Isaiah Moore. You can type in Isaiah Moore Wrestling, and the human highlight logo will pop up. You can click on that, like, subscribe, and you'll get to see some of my favorite matches on there. So,
yeah, most definitely. Of course, you also wrestle for Pro Wrestling King as well, who actually subscribed to this channel this morning. So thank you to the people behind that for subscribing to this channel. Much appreciated. Before we let you go, though, we must ask you 2 more things. One is, when will we see you coming to the UK again? And the other one is, who would you recommend to come on the show next to get a grilling from, as they say?
As far as when you're going to see me in the UK is whenever the opportunity presents itself. I would love to come over and be able to wrestle in front of the great people there. I would love to go over and compete with the best all over the world. So whenever that opportunity comes, I am ready for it. And the guy that you should interview next, I met this kid about probably a year or so ago, maybe. I wrestled him this year over at Metro Pro Wrestling. Forever Young. He is a very humble, very hardworking guy. He's got great energy towards the business. He's like a sponge. He's ready to soak everything up, and he's willing to travel and do the work and make a name for himself. So he's a good up-and-coming kid that I think that you would have a great interview with.
Well, thank you for the suggestion. Now I have to look into Forever Young. There you go. A plug for him. I can remember his name, but I can't remember Nate and Devon's tag team name, even though I hear it all the time. It just all I remember is the flip. business. You know, it's a flip bits, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, no, not a bad suggestion at all. But no, it's been a pleasure, Isaiah, and I hope you'll come back on the show. As always, he's always welcome to come back on the show. I hope you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, man. Just you get a hold of me and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. We get a hold of you one way or another. You know, because you're a very busy guy, as I said before when we started the show. Like you're always busy, always training, and you're at the gym this morning as well, getting the the extra the extra momentum you need for your big month of action, and you will see him across Wisconsin, Chicago, and of course Indiana over the next month or so. So stay tuned to his social media to find out where he may be heading and maybe coming to a town or a city near you. And make sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and of course follow me on Instagram. And as well, if you like the episode, like it on YouTube, share it around to all your friends, tell more about Isaiah Moore, tell more about how this is the best kept secret. We bring on anybody. We bring on Eric Bischoff. We bring on Terry Reynolds. Even Eugene and Shark Boy have all been on this very channel. And even as well, some great UFC fighters have all been on this show as well. And you never know who may appear next. So make sure you keep subscribed, because you never know who may come on next. And as well, I mentioned leave a comment as well. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Did you like it? Did you like the questions? Did you like his answers? You know, is there future questions you want me to ask Isaiah in the future? And leave in the comments below. And until the next episode, whenever that might be, enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon or evening. As well, enjoy the rest of the month of July before it ends to come to August.
All right.